What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily, your source for daily tech news. How is everyone doing today? We have a couple of news stories and a lot of questions. I'll probably break down some of the questions I had to get this video out pretty soon because I have something to do after this. So with that said, let's jump into the tech news. Our first story of the day has to do with a new fast charger that'll be released for the Samsung Galaxy phones, probably around the same time the Galaxy S22 series is released. Why? Because this is a new 45-watt charger, and it should be faster than the previous 45-watt charger that launched with the S20 line. Check this out. So this information's coming from Roland Quan, and this is going to be the new 45-watt Samsung USB-C power adapter. Now, the end of that, if you live in America and Canada, looks completely different than what we use. Don't worry about that part. But ultimately, the charger itself, kinda, I guess, is a little bit different than what we've seen in the past with the previous USB-C charger. This is what the new one will look like. Again, if you're in America, it'll look different at the end there, but everything else will look relatively the same. And then they're also coming out with this one, which is their Samsung Power Adapter Trio. And what this is, you get the plugs from, I believe it's the bottom to the top, are 15 watts, 25 watts, and then 65 watts of charging. So a lot of power in this charger. It's probably gonna be absolutely humongous, but it's gonna be able to charge basically like a laptop if you have a little laptop, a phone obviously, other devices, tablets, everything that you'd pretty much want to underneath the sun with this one charger. And these all should launch in February when the Galaxy S22 series and Galaxy Tab S8 launch. Next up is super cool because I love folding phones, and this is just adding more to the market potentially. This is coming from Let's Go Digital, and they are showing off a OnePlus tri-fold foldable phone with a tablet-sized screen. OnePlus patents an advanced tri-fold folding smartphone with a double hinge and a handy slider to lock the folding position. And when we look at the patent pendings that they came up with and the way, all the different ways that you can potentially use this tri-folding phone from their OnePlus, it's awesome. This is the stuff that's gonna reinvigorate and get people excited about phones again if they become kind of mundane. This is the kind of stuff that we're gonna see in the next year, 2, 3 years. We've already seen Galaxy Fold phones, we've seen folding phones from Huawei and other companies as well, and it's just gonna be more and more companies are gonna get into this. And ultimately, the more we see, the better this stuff is gonna get. The prices will end up getting lower. The product itself will become more sturdy and interesting. And think about, I mean, I don't know how large this is gonna be. It doesn't, when I'm just browsing the article real quickly, it doesn't show what and they probably don't know anyway, but it looks huge. I mean, it potentially could be huge, and there's so many different form factors. This would go against Samsung's tri-folding phone and whoever else comes out with a tri-folding phone. But I really, really love this kind of stuff. This is what gets me excited. And it's really, at the end of the day, it's not so much that it folds, it's that it unfolds into these humongous displays with, gaming and multitasking and browsing social media and just seeing things on such a larger scale. This is the next movement of, devices for tablets and smartphones to breathe new life into those categories. Thanks for watching, guys. Your question of the day is, are you more interested in like just a regular foldable or a tri-fold or some other kind of orientation? Let me know in the comments down below. I think for me, in a real life, day-to-day basis, it's probably, the closed ones kind of thing, the one hinge. The two hinge tri-folding thing, I don't know. I have to see it in person and like play with it to really be like, oh, this is it. But it just seems like it's gonna be a little bit too cumbersome, but it's still super interested in those devices. Let me know about you guys. Let's get into the Q&A portion of the video and drop that beat. Moni says, hey Greg, why are you not talking about the new leaks from Xiaomi and the new Mi Ultra phone? I don't really talk about it because Xiaomi has been sending me some phones, but they're usually sending me like their lower end phones. And it's not really that big in America. And I know I make videos and more than outside of America watches it, but it's like, I personally have to feel some kind of interest in it for me to really cover it. So that's really probably real reason I haven't been covering it. Alex Rodriguez, I have a question, and it's not about this video. By the way, good video. Do you know why the Fold 3 stops playing music when back out of the music app like Spotify without closing the app? Every time I back out of the app to do something on mine, the music stops without me stopping it. I know this is a little hard to understand without seeing it. I think I know what your issue is. I would guess it's probably because you have battery optimization, not battery optimization, you have power saving mode on your phone. I would have to guess that's why. So if you look at your quick toggles or just go into your battery, look up power saving, and I bet you have that turned on. Obviously to save battery, but that's also gonna close apps as you get out of them, potentially. So I would guess that's why. JR Cunin says, first, I'm drunk writing this. If it's misspelled, I'm sorry. But the best Bluetooth feature of the S Pen, I just took a family picture of my daughter's school project using the S Pen. This took a load of propping and trial and error. My question would be, why wouldn't they put this feature in the Fold? They could use the full display as a viewfinder and use the best camera in the back to take a great group photo with a click of a pen in a pocket. It's folded just enough to hold it as its own stand. I think I'm trying to figure out what you're saying, but I think you're saying that, like, why don't they give us the Bluetooth feature in the Fold? It's really because the pen would need to be charged. Now, they could bypass this with letting it charge, but kind of doing what Apple does with their tablets. It charges on the back, but originally it would charge in the bottom of the port. You'd plug it into the phone, it would take battery power from the phone. I'd be completely fine with something like that if they did that, or have it charge wirelessly on the back. Like, they have these ways of doing it. Maybe they'll do it, but right now it doesn't seem like they're going to. Timothy Hammock, which phone should I get, the Z Fold 3 or 4? Which one would be better? Depends what you're coming from. If you have a Z Fold 2, hold out for the Z Fold 4. If you don't have a Z Fold phone, get the Z Fold 3. Orlando Ventos, hey Greg, my wireless charging port hasn't worked for a while. Do you have an idea of how to fix it? I can't find anything in the settings. Is there a chance I may have overlooked it? Yeah, wireless charging, you can turn it on and off. Just go into your settings, search wireless charging, make sure it's on. If it's not on, then, or if it is on, I would try a different charger. It could be something wrong with your charger. Take off your case. Make sure it's naked on there. Otherwise, you might be broken. I don't know how you broke it though. And our last question comes from Gunther. Hey Greer, I wanted to know for a while about the big key elements of Samsung Note phones compared to the S or Z series. I've always wanted a Note, despite being a current Z Fold user, because my mother just bought the Note 20 Ultra and would love to know what she can do with it. Love your vids. Keep up the great content. I mean, you can. So when you think about it like this way, if you know the little tips and tricks about the Samsung phones, it has all that. The only extra stuff it's going to have is on the S Pen, which, I mean, I don't know if I made a video, but you can just search videos like S Pen tricks, stuff like that, and see what's on there for that. Otherwise, it's really the same thing that you get for any other phone. There you guys go. Thanks for your questions. If I skipped it, it's really because I'm just trying to cut some meat from this just to get it out because I have stuff to do. Thanks for watching. If you have a question, leave it in the comments down below with the word question. I'll answer it tomorrow, and we'll see you down the road. Peace.